Hey guys, question from Christian. It's a good one. I can answer this quite well. Christian is a 17-year-old going into his pre-season soon, wants to be faster. He's a back three player, like I was myself, wants to get fast. He's bought himself for pre-season a parachute and a sled to train with. Christian, if you can get a refund on those quite quickly, because unless you want to change to like second row or something, it's not going to do wonders for you. Quickly I'll go into that. When you're getting fast, what speed is how quick your foot is on the foot contact is on the ground. The quicker that is, the faster you are basically. Obviously there's things like stride length and stuff what affects that, but the shorter the period of time your foot's on the ground, faster you are. So what happens when we drag a parachute or a sled? Guess what? Foot contact on the ground is slowed down massively. So why would you do it? Yeah, it's good for developing power, but we don't need it unless you're second row or forward who's going to be dragging someone on the back. Great for them, great, that's like fantastic. You drag someone, you can get brought down after 5-10 meters. As a back row player, we don't want that. It can be maybe a useful tool once in every while. Saying that, I wouldn't even use it. So what do we need to do? People have also told them that weight training makes you slow. There's an argument to that, but not really. To get fast, we need to do sprint training, but we also need to get strong. What we need to do is get strong, then get fast, then get stronger, then get faster, and then that cycle keeps going. So, a lot of people say you need really strong quads and stuff, big squats, do your extensions. It is true, your first 10-15 meters is generally quad strength. So yeah, especially as a winger, yeah, you need that 10 meters is really important. Rugby basically is 10 meters, but more so for a winger, top speed, you've got to develop your posterior chain, your hamstrings and stuff, and your glutes, because they're your next 90 meters. You'll never really run 100 meters in a rugby match, but it's so key to develop that strength. And people say, oh, your hamstrings need to be like 50% of your quad strength. No, probably more, 100%, 125% of your quad strength, your glutes and hamstrings. So they need to be really strong. So basically what I'm going to tell you to do, box squats, great for your quads and stuff. Really do that hamstring work, your curls, your deadlifts, and really build that up. Deep squats to get them glutes really firing. Big exercises, get strong at them. Then go into your power cleans and your jerks and get strong, get fast. Do that weight, then move the weight quickly. That's what's going to get you powerful. Obviously, then that's only part of it. Got to go into actual sprint training. Go on a track, or if you're playing rugby, go on a field. Find the muddiest field you can. Develop as close to what you're going to be playing on. If you play on a crap pitch, go and run a crap pitch. Mix it up between track and stuff like that. Work on your technique. Your arms have got to come. Go on YouTube, find a good running technique. Don't worry about it too much though, because when you're holding the ball, your arm's going to come across your body anyway, and you're not even thinking about your technique. But you will, if you develop a good technique, you will be able to train better, you will get faster. Do sport-specific training. If you're a winger, work on that 10-15 meters burst. Work on the 5-10 meters, then the step, out and around. Work really specific. Don't work on doing 60 to 100 meter, sprints at the end. Don't work on that 60 to 100. You're never really going to get that. Rugby's a game of 15-20 meters. Once you're doing that, you generally score if you're a good team. So work on that. you know, your training should be like 5 10 meters, you know, 5 sets of 10 meters, 5 sets of 20 meters, 5 sets of 40, you know, maybe 2 sets of 60, 100. You're never going to run that really in a certainly when you get into the higher levels. You're always either going to score or, you know, draw a man and give a 2-on-1 and score, or at least pass, so you know it's someone else's job to do the next 40, 60. So again, work that massive posterior chain, you know, get it really strong. That's why everyone's injured. That's why I did 2 ACLs. I had a really weak posterior chain. I wish I hadn't, you know, I'd probably still be playing now. You know, work on your quad strength, yeah, you know, first 10 meters, that will help you a lot. Work on your hamstrings and glutes, that big posterior chain. Get strong, get fast. Power cleans, you know, big movements, fast movements. Make sure your technique's right, get someone to check you on that. Then plyometrics, great, really great. Don't do too much of it. I used to do it every day, it just kills your nervous system. You know, if you do plyometrics, do once, twice a week max. Work hard in the sessions, but it's so easy to train with sprinting because you go and so flat out. It's the hardest thing for the body to do, sprint. So make sure you're getting your rest in, getting the good foods in. And as I say, work that sport specific training. Like if you're a centre, do the 5-10 meters. Throw maybe a sled in because probably chances are you're going to have an arm on you somewhere. You know, but if you're a winger and you're just working purely on speed, you know, don't worry about sleds, parachutes, getting dragged. Certainly not getting dragged. You know, unless you want to practice some guy on your back, you know, try not to do it. I mean, yeah, there is maybe a point, and some people will argue it has got its point, but you know, you don't see many sprinters running with parachutes and sleds and stuff. I think it's just going to injure you, and you know, that intense dragging. But it has got its place. I'm not saying it hasn't got its place. It's massively got its place, especially in rugby, especially in the front, you know, especially in the forwards. So work on that. You know, let me know how you do, and time yourself, measure yourself. Go and do 40s. Go and, you know, practice. Make sure you're measuring yourself. If you're not getting faster, you know, reassess what you're doing. Maybe take more of a rest. You know, your body really doesn't rest. People want to go at it. I was at it every day, 7 days a week, sprint train. Too much. I mean, I was lucky enough to be quick to start with, but just get that rest in. Make sure you're being sensible. You know, you're probably going to have your sprint training, your weight training, your skill training, everything in there. You've got to rest. You won't recover or get faster if you don't rest. Anyway, Christian, I hope that helps. Thanks.